Comparison is so dangerous because you could end up comparing where God has you to someone where hell has them. Clarity is the ability to be able to discern and be certain of when God has his hand on a thing for you versus when God doesn't have his hand on a thing for you. Well, God, why didn't you do it for me? She just got married. If the Holy Spirit could tell you this, he would tell you, you're comparing yourself to somebody who settled. That's not what you prayed for. That's not what you believing for. God, I want a ministry like that. You're comparing yourself to a wolf. That's a businessman with a bishop collar. They don't even know me. They're building their own kingdom, forging my name. And you're saying, God, I want opportunities like that. I want exposure like that. And the enemy's using the opportunities and the exposure to distract them, and they don't even know me, but you're comparing yourself.
Welcome back to Pretty Girl Rich Era. Let's talk about this idea where the grass is greener on the other side. If we're being honest, we've all had moments where we thought someone else had it better. Better relationships, jobs, a better body, better life, more money. But what if the grass isn't greener? Of course, I know this, but this video is to help others who are doubting themselves right now. What if it's just different? Or simply looks that way from where we're standing? In today's video, we're diving into the truth behind comparison, why it steals our peace, and how to start watering your own grass, your life, your habits, your mindset, your mood, your money, your energy, so you can bloom right where you are.
I literally saw this on TikTok and had to share it with you guys, so let me read it to you. Comparison is so dangerous because you could end up comparing where God has you to where the devil has them. Literally clock that, because I will never ever compare myself to another person ever again after reading that.
Comparison is so dangerous. When we start comparing ourselves to someone else, when someone else becomes a measuring stick for our own worth, be it our looks, our achievements, or whatever, it's dangerous. I mean, as an actress, you have to stay away from comparing, because everybody's journey is different. Everybody's timing is different. Everybody's body and everybody's hair. And these days, you don't know what's really somebody's hair or really somebody's body.
Comparison is too fucking dangerous. It'll always have you in a position where you think you're not good enough. You'll always be looking at what other people are doing and it's giving them certain success, and you'll think, I can't do that. It's natural to start looking around and seeing people who's already doing what you do and start thinking, okay, what can I do to replicate what they've done to get to that same place for myself in my life? But stop looking at it as they had it all figured out before they even got started. That couldn't be further from the truth. I've been learning in my life that I need to do things even when I don't know what to do. It's okay for me to be honest and vulnerable about the fact that I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Trust me, there's times where faking the funk is necessary. Move even when you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Stop comparing to people that you think know what's going on, because they probably don't know what the fuck is going on either. And you only know what you're feeling inside. You don't know what they're feeling. You don't know what I'm feeling inside while I'm making this video. So just be you, embrace all your emotions, embrace where you are in your journey, lock in, and you're gonna get everything you want.
Stop looking at the people. Stay focused on your mission. Your time will come. And the difference is you'll still be there when they're gone, because you're doing it the right way, the ethical way. And it's going to take you more time, because you've got to learn how to be focused with the noise all around you. You're always going to see people who are not doing things the right way seem like they're getting ahead. And what they're really doing is just using the principles. You operate in the principles, but keep your integrity and your intentions right. That is how you outlast, outplay. It's time, detail, and effort. Keep going. Stop looking to the left or the right.
Be so focused on watering your own grass that you don't have time to check if someone else's is greener than yours. Because here's the thing, your life, your path, your journey is so specific to you, is so tailored to you, and it isn't supposed to look like someone else's. And what you do when you're focusing on other people's lives or other people's grass, you're taking that time away from your own path and your own journey and the things that you are meant to be doing. Like, even the challenges that you face are put into your life for a reason, because they are meant to get you where you're meant to go on your specific journey. And so I know it can be so easy to compare and to be like, well, they're over there, or they're doing that thing, and they're friends with those people, or like all of those things. But I want you to instead consider that you are exactly where you are meant to be on your path. And the more that you tend to your own garden, the more that you focus on watering your own grass, the more that you just focus on your own life, the happier you will be, and the more it actually ends up working out for you.
Y'all, the older I get, the more I realize that a lot of women tear down other women because they secretly want to be like them. These women will constantly tear other women down, but behind closed doors, they're praying to be like that woman. Behind closed doors, they're wondering how that woman is so blessed. How is she holding her life together like that? How does she hold herself to that standard? How? Like, behind closed doors, they really want to be like that, but they can't, so they choose to tear her down publicly all the time, talk down on her, point out her mistakes, point out her past, point out anything negative that they can. All you have to do is water your own grass so that you can be blessed just like her. Everyone has their own blessings, but water your own grass. Stop being in these secret competitions with these women. It is totally okay to be motivated by another woman that you see she carries herself so well and you want to be like that. It's okay to feel motivated by that. You don't have to tear another woman down because you feel like you can't be like her. And I say this because if you're constantly just talking down on this woman, like it's your mission on this earth to tear this woman down every day, then she must be doing something right, if not everything right, actually. So instead of tearing her down, water your own grass.
Let's get into this video. As you know, I'm making these videos quick because I'm trying to measure with the algorithm which ones y'all like more. So point number one is comparison is literally the thief of your joy, of your peace, of everything positive. Constantly comparing your life to someone else's can make you lose appreciation for what's working in your own life. Everybody, I'm so glad I learned this. Everybody is literally different. So what one person has may look good, and it is good for them. That's why it looks good. But once you get that same thing, it'll be completely different. Like, it will not work for you at all. You'll probably hate it more than what you have now. So let's make sure we're not paying too much mind to the social media highlights that everyone posts, because we know they're posting their best moments. They're not posting their struggles. You're not either. And if you are, please stop it, because monitoring spirits. But our struggles are for that isolation period where we're growing, where we're trying to figure out how we're going to get through those struggles. The highlights and best moments are what we post when we come out of that cocoon and start spreading our wings and flying around like a butterfly. You don't know what someone had to lose to get what they have either. Like, a lot of people done lost a lot of stuff. They done made a lot of sacrifices, and maybe you're not ready to lose that. Some people only leveled up when they lost someone close to them. And that was what really pushed them to level up and stop playing with their own life. So you never know. You don't know what they had to endure or what they had to give for what they have now. And let's be for real. Every little green lawn that you see, it got something hidden underneath. Either some snakes, some weeds, some type of insect that's taken over, and they have to maintain that lawn. So everybody's situation gonna come with challenges, but you're not gonna see them. Example, a friend might have that perfect relationship, but you don't know what's going on at home when she's being abused emotionally and maybe even physically. We all know not to be looking at nobody's relationship by now, especially if you're around my age. If you're a 90s baby, we all know not to be looking at nobody's relationship thinking the grass is greener, because baby, the stuff that goes on behind closed doors, you would be amazed. You really wouldn't even be amazed because by now, like I said, we all know. And let's talk about how when you're chasing what looks perfect, it often leads to you being disappointed when reality hits. And it can also lead to you being depressed because you thought what was perfect was going to fix your problems, but it's not. And I say this, let's just always go into things with the mindset of nothing is perfect. Let's be okay with being perfectly imperfect. We also need to keep in mind that the grass grows and it looks green where you water and nurture it. So you got to focus on yourself, focus on self-investment. That's the video I posted earlier. About on the video about knowing when it's time to elevate. You got to invest in yourself. That's how you know it's time to elevate. So let's focus on watering your own grass. That's investing. When you pour into yourself and your goals and your healing and your energy, your vibe, your life starts to bloom. It starts to look different. That's you coming out of that cocoon that you were in. And you're starting to be a beautiful big butterfly. This is the perfect place to tie in your healing and your leveling up and becoming your best self. When you start watering your own grass, you start to take care of yourself. Consistency, gratitude, and discipline is what's going to make your grass greener. That's what's going to make you look to others as how you're looking at them. Not constantly changing everything up when you're not feeling good. I saw a quote that says, focus on the plan and not your mood. So that's not what it says verbatim, but go off the plan and not how you feeling that day. Because constantly changing everything up because you're not feeling good or something happened, it's not, your life is never going to be greener. You're never going to see the green pastures if you keep doing that. Also, make sure you keep gratitude at the forefront. I cannot stress this enough. Gratitude is going to be the fertilizer to keep that grass green and growing and leveled and evened out and not balding in one spot. You got sun patches over here with brown grass from the car being sitting there on top of the grass for 2 years. No, gratitude is going to keep you going. It's going to keep you moving. I promise you. Gratitude, when you're grateful for things, you can be journaling about what you're grateful for that happened to you yesterday. You're going to get so many new ideas from that, even if they don't come right then and there, which usually for me they do. It just boosts my mood automatically as I'm journaling about what I'm grateful for. So practice gratitude daily. It's going to shift your focus from what's missing to what's abundant, to what's already green over here. When you start saying thank you for blah, 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 your blessings are going to multiply. So if you get to the store, you can say thank you for me being able to afford gas in my car to get back and forth to work this week. You can say thank you for allowing me to have a car. Thank you for my car to allow me to even go to the store and have something to put gas in. You know what I'm saying? So just be thankful, be grateful for every little thing. The little things that you use daily and you don't even, it's not even registering because we just use it so much. We get in the car every day. We're not sitting down saying I'm thankful for my car. I am, because I know what it's like. So I'm mindful and intentional about being thankful and grateful. So I am doing it every day. But make sure you are too, so that your blessings can multiply, so that you won't fall into depression. And when I speak on depression, I'm speaking on a light episode of depression, not anything major or crucial. I'm not, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not qualified to help anyone with that professionally, medically. So if you are suffering from some type of depression, please go and get some help. All right. And number 5, the last one, don't abandon your process because someone else's looks better or faster. Like I said, about that mood, your mood constantly changing. Follow the plan and not your mood. Because when you stay in your own lane, everyone's timeline is going to be different. So, yes, someone else just got the new upgrade. They just got the new position at their job. They just got a new house. They just had a baby. You've been trying to have a baby for the longest. They just had a baby. You don't even have a partner to have a baby with yet. Follow the plan and not your mood. Don't go out there and get knocked up by the first man you meet because you want a baby so bad. And your friend that just got married and got a raise and got a promotion, she is finally pregnant. Don't go out there and do that. You're going to mess your life up. Because we all know having a baby with the wrong person can severely mess your life up. So follow the plan. Stay in your lane. What's meant for you will come to you when you're ready for it, not when you want it, when you're ready for it. Because just because you want it now, that don't mean you're ready for it. That don't mean you're going to take care of it and be grateful for it. I remember thinking the grass was greener with this one particular situation. I'm about to have to think of something else, because if I say this and somebody hear this video, they gonna know exactly who they are. So I'm gonna just put it like this. I'm gonna use another example. I remember having a friend who had 1, 2, 3, 4. With her included, there were 4 sisters. 4 sisters, and she had a lot of cousins, a lot of family. And I remember feeling like, so, I don't know, I won't say I felt bad, but I always used to wish, like, dang, I wish I had that many sisters. I wish I had, that much family around me. What I didn't know was when I went over her house one time, her mother was so frustrated with, I guess that much, even though it wasn't much, because there were 2 kids in my house at the time. Well, my sibling had done got bigger. She was going through her teen phase. So she was leaving the home a lot. I was the only kid in the home. So, anywho, I remember feeling like, dang, I wish I had that around me. I went to her house one time, and her mother would curse them out so bad, just off being frustrated. I guess off having that many kids in the home. So the grass is really not that greener. It's not. And I remember saying to myself, dang, I would have never knew this if I would have never came to her house. No wonder, she's such and such and such. No wonder she gravitates towards me. I'm kind of peaceful and calm, but when she go home, it is hell to pay. So you just got to realize that your own path is just what you need. You need to nurture and fine tune your own path.
Stay in your lane is a common phrase with the literal reference about driving in traffic. It's indeed safer to stay in your lane to avoid an accident. The colloquial reference is to mind your own business. So I'm going with a derivation of the literal reference to talk about why it behooves us to honor systems that support efficiency, flow, and collaboration, not to mention fairness and safety. Honoring these systems is less about control, assimilation, or obedience, but a level of self-awareness about being in the world with over 8 billion people. This approach can create tolerance, even appreciation. In short, we are the system. Do you realize that by becoming more mindful of your role within various systems and taking accountability for improving yourself, you can indeed improve those systems? And I don't care how small or insignificant you think your role is. It's time you promote tolerance, appreciation, and a sense of responsibility for the well-being of a diverse and interconnected world. It starts with you as a part of the system. Another story. I am admittedly an impatient person, especially when driving. It's a good thing I don't own a car anymore. I am consistently amazed by how people act as though they are the only ones on the road and as though their destination is more important than everyone else's. Some people are driving so slowly that they're impeding the overall flow of traffic. I've also observed that many people are only looking at the car in front of them and obediently stay behind it, even if there's a clear, more efficient path ahead of that car in front of them. I look 5 car lengths ahead to try to determine if it makes sense to change lanes, to move more fluidly, or stay where I am because I would expend unnecessary energy trying to maneuver around the backup. Now, mind you, you have to take note of where the speed traps are, accidents, and off-ramps. Are they going to lengthen or shorten your trip? Are you getting the analogy, the metaphor here? We all need to recognize where we are in a system and the level to which we are contributing to the fluidity of it, moving with the flow, setting a new tempo, or impeding the flow out of selfish or oblivious behavior. In pedestrian traffic, walking down the street, we have similar conventions or unwritten rules of staying to the right. But there's always that person or group of people who walk obliviously down the middle of the sidewalk, forcing you to move over or stop to avoid colliding. In the work environment, these same dynamics are operative. I was recently in Lisbon, Portugal, and visited their aquarium. It's considered the world's best aquarium. I had no idea. I was enthralled by some of the sea life that I saw. I was mesmerized by some of the schools of fish that swam in formation. I learned of the term emergence, which refers to the existence or formation of collective behaviors, what parts of a system do together that they would not do alone. Flocks of birds do this too. And it dawned on me that the individual fish and birds are all willing to be part of a system that is good for all, that protects, enriches, and is more powerful than any singular effort. My metaphysical perspective goes to the term unity consciousness, which is a level of vibration that goes beyond the self and reaches the heart and souls of all beings in existence. Unity consciousness manifests as a sense of oneness, compassion, love, and respect, both for human beings and for nature, the ultimate system. And we're all part of it. Wake up and model the efficacy of the system and show some gratitude to others that you would hope would be extended to you. As above, so below. Here are 3 lessons that I hope will get you seeing yourself as an important part of many systems. First, let's talk about interconnectedness. Recognize the interconnectedness of all systems, including work, school, community, and the global society. Emphasize that our actions within these systems affects others, and their actions impact us. Take responsibility for the consequences of your actions within these systems. Foster an understanding that positive or negative impacts ripple through interconnected networks. Cultural sensitivity. Actively seek to understand and appreciate different cultures and viewpoints. Hold yourself radically accountable for promoting inclusion and challenging biases or prejudices within these systems. Frankly, you don't need nor should you rely exclusively on organizational programs to do that. You do it yourself, each of you. Collaboration. Model the power of collaboration and community building within the systems. Demonstrate how cooperation and collective action can lead to positive systemic change. Build inclusive and supportive communities. Seek to make contributions to the well-being of the collective. This promotes tolerance and it fosters a sense of reciprocal appreciation. Model that in your daily interactions, in traffic and at work. Here's what I want you to take away from this discussion. So yes, definitely stay in your lane when it benefits the greater good. Become more mindful of your roles within various systems and take positive actions to improve them. You be the promoter of tolerance, appreciation, and take responsibility for the well-being of a diverse and interconnected world. To quote Rumi, the ancient Persian poet, "You are not a drop in the ocean, but the ocean in a drop."
Oh, remember, the grass isn't greener over there, it's greener where you water it. Keep showing up for yourself, nurturing your growth, and trusting your timing. There's literally not going to be a better time to do anything than when it comes to you naturally, when it flows to you. If this video spoke to you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I love hearing your thoughts. And if you're ready to start your own healing and glow up journey, grab your 30-day glow up journal. It's available now on Amazon through the link in the description. This is Pretty Girl Rich Era, where we heal, level up, and become the best version of ourselves. See you in the next one. Bye, loves.